What's up? What's happening? How's it going? Welcome to the lab. Been a while. Been here. Let's see. Good to see you all. How's it going? And Sweetie, thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's very kind. Where did I go? I didn't go anywhere. I've been here. I don't know. I don't know. I just haven't been. I've been doing stuff, I guess. Other stuff. What kind of other stuff? I don't know. But you can check out the witness box on Apple, Spotify. Where else? Go to my landing page. If you click on podcasts, you can see me there with Dr. Gary and Chris McDonough. Type. All you got to do is type in the witness, or not. Yeah, you can just type in the witness box, or anyway, it's. You can find it. I think. I hope. I appreciate you guys. All the kind words about it. So, let me just. I gotta turn that down because I just. After a while, you know. Let me see here. Please hit that like on the way in. I know this is going to spur of the moment. Most. I don't know. I just felt compelled to do something tonight. Tomorrow is the third anniversary of Summer Wells being reported missing from her home at Ben Hill Road. Somewhere in the early to late afternoon. Nobody really knows. We know what time the call went in, which, you know, there seems to be discrepancies there, but we don't need to rehash that right now. There's always time. We can double back. I know that TBI today released a statement and they chose somebody else this time. I think that they were probably tired of throwing Leslie Earhart out there. Like, here you go. To the Wolves you go. Ronnie Lawson, I don't know what he's doing. Whatever he wants, I guess. And he's welcome to do that. I would hope that he would make a statement tomorrow. Him, Detective Pruitt. They don't have to hold hands or anything, but it'd be nice if they stood shoulder to shoulder and just said, hey, guys, we're still working on this, because that's evidently what's going on, that they're still working on this. And I know that tomorrow will be it'll probably, I hope whatever is planned for tomorrow, whatever people are doing tomorrow. I'm not one to tell anybody what to do at all. But I just hope everything goes good, whether I like you, whether I don't, whether you like me, whether you don't, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care. I just hope that everything is well and goes well. Once again, we're talking about a little girl that is missing. But Don and Candace, and I'm sure most of you have seen the interview that I'm talking about at the moment. Candace will be at Warriors. Well, I hope so. I mean, actually, I don't really, whatever she wants to do. Hawkins isn't in charge of the case anymore. It's now fully. Where did you hear that from? Where did you hear that from? I'm genuinely curious. Was there a press release about that? I didn't hear it. I am curious about that. But I don't know. I did not hear. Yes, Josh, please play the letter that you wrote to Summer. It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we could probably do that there at the end. Yeah, I mean, I have not seen that press release. I don't know if that's true. I just hope somebody's working on it. I understand. I see that people keep saying this. I see that people keep saying this, but I've yet to see a press release from anybody stating that. I mean, as far as I know, that you can still call Detective Pruitt if you have information that you can still call. He did the TBI talking on TBI on Summer. Yeah, I will play it. Okay. Let me see here. Why don't we let's just do it. Let me go find it and we'll listen. I didn't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know about the fire. All right, hold on. I'm pretty sure I listened to the whole thing. All right. Here we go.
Wells continues nearly 3 years after her disappearance. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Casey Marlar. The investigation has captured the attention of many people in our region and beyond. Summer was 5 years old when she was first reported missing from her Hawkins County home in 2021. An Amber Alert remains active for her.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation took to X this morning to share the latest on the search for Summer Wells. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel has followed this investigation since the Amber Alert was first issued. Ansley, what did TBI say nearly 3 years later?
Yeah, there were a few takeaways from that video released today. The case is far from cold. They aren't speculating, and they still don't know whether Summer Wells was abducted.
How did he? I mean,
or just walked away from her home.
This case is one that we've just not been able to overcome, and it's troubling.
Since June 15th of 2021, no one knows what happened to then 5-year-old Summer Wells.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says it's received more than 60.
All right. Well, so let me stop it there. If she walked away from her home, so we're going to just disregard that Dawn and Candace both say that there's no way that Summer would have walked off at all, because that she had to be abducted. Now, if she walked off, there would be some sort of liability probably for Dawn and Candace, or whoever was in charge if you're not watching your children, or just say, and I don't know if this is the case or not, but say that there's somebody's inebriated or doing something they're not supposed to be doing, or just not tending to the child that under the influence of something. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just saying that that would implicate something to them.
500 tips.
We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area, or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead.
Even though there haven't been any public developments, Melton says this case is far from cold.
A cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in, and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is no place to travel with the investigation.
Rumors circulate about what happened to the little girl after she vanished from her home in Hawkins County, but the TBI says speculation is not part of this investigation.
The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake.
The TBI isn't the only agency working the case. The investigation is in collaboration with the FBI and the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
This is from today. Okay, so I don't know why everybody keeps saying that they turned it over.
The Hawkins County Sheriff, Ronnie Lawson, didn't return our calls or emails for this story. The Wells family also has their own private investigators. And while law enforcement has no idea where this little girl is 3 years later, they're determined to find out.
It is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us. We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation.
The private investigators working this case didn't want to go on camera, but they did release a statement to News Channel 11 saying, quote, Summer's case is our #1 priority. We continue to work on her case daily.
Wait, who's this?
But at this time, we have one. Did release a statement to News Channel 11 saying, quote, Summer's case is our #1. The private investigators working this case didn't want to go on camera.
The private investigators for who? For Dawn and Candace? They're private investigators?
But they did release a statement to News Channel 11 saying, quote, Summer's case is our #1 priority. We continue to work on her case daily, but at this time we have nothing further to add.
Thanks. Well, that's awesome.
Ansley, thanks. Now, this evening, people are gathered at Rogersville City Park in Hawkins County for an event called Standing for Summer in honor of Summer Wells. We'll have more coverage of that event tonight at 11 o'clock.
Okay, so from what I understand, it does not sound like TBI has turned the case over. That they're still in collaboration with, I don't know. That doesn't sound like it to me. I'm just saying, until I see a press release for that, and I've heard that same narrative for probably 2.5 years. TBI has turned the case, or Hawkins County has turned the case over, and every time that somebody says that, and I check on it, I can never find confirmation that has happened. So from what I understand, And that, yeah, 7-7, but that's not the same. Like the TBI fine tips, it's all that you've always been able to call in leads to TBI, but those leads are going to go right back to the lead detective, which I believe is Detective Pruitt on the case. I don't know, but it doesn't sound like that. He just may not be taking the phone calls anymore. I don't know, nor do I care what he does. It's probably best if they go to TBI anyway. But you know, if there's an arrest in the case, or something, Hawkins County TBI would be the ones. I would think Hawkins County would be the arresting agency. Why would they try to get a hold of Lawson if they didn't still have a case? Well, they do. They absolutely do. I believe they're still working on the case. I don't know. It's just what I've heard. All right, now let's go. I want to listen to Dawn and Candace's. When I say Dawn and Candace, I mean Dawn's interview. And Candace sat there and watched, which is always nice. It's always good, you know, when this coverage sucks. Like, whatever.
The night she was reported missing, authorities said Summer was last seen walking from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. Hours later, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation would issue an endangered child alert.
Yeah, you know, I really do struggle. I have tried to kind of think about putting myself sort of in Candace's shoes. When I mean sort of, I mean it's very hard to do that. And I am baffled by the lack of, even by people really surrounding her besides Dawn. But I am surprised at the level of grace that even the people closest to her give her, because this is horseshit. And like, we're not, I don't know, man. We're not dumb. And she was not seen walking away. Listen to what her mother says. Her mother says that she went down to the basement, went back to check on her, and she was just gone. Nobody saw her walking away from 110 Ben Hill Road. Nobody saw her walking away. Listen to what her own mother has to say. Nobody saw her walking away. They told, the boys told Sheriff Lawson and Pruitt that you don't know that. Nobody knows that. All that's ever been heard. Yeah, okay, but nobody's saying that.
For her, that would later turn into an Amber Alert.
To this day, law enforcement still has not located Summer Wells and are not any closer to finding her. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Summer's parents.
We have.
Let me see here. I doubt it. Her mother was right there. Her mom and grandmother were both right there. Don't you? I mean, you think that they would have seen her
pushed investigators for months to learn about new details or updates in this case. What we do know is that her family continues their search to.
Yeah, and I get it that the agent didn't implicate the family, but Hawkins County has done that a lot. Dawn, you'll hear Dawn right here. I mean, if you don't think that they've been looked at as suspects, and they have been, and they are suspects in the disappearance of their daughter. Well, I mean, you know, I'm not going to split hairs with you about it, and I'm not going to argue.
To bring Summer home. I spoke with both Dawn and Candace Wells in Kingsport at a place with deep meaning to Summer's disappearance.
Borden Park is anything but quiet this time of year.
Beach Creek community later
Has not located Summer Wells and are not any closer to finding her. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Summer's parents.
We have pushed investigators for months to learn about new details or updates in this case. What we do know is that her family continues their search to bring Summer home. I spoke with both Dawn and Candace Wells in
Continued their search.
Kingsport at a place with deep meaning to Summer's disappearance.
Borden Park is anything but quiet this time of year. But 3 years ago, it was filled almost weekly with people praying for Summer Wells.
I see all these families, you know, with their kids and how much they enjoy them and stuff. And we were stripped away from all our kids. All our kids have been kidnapped from us by DCS, and who knows, we're not sure about Summer, but we know about where our boys are at.
Well, he has said in the past that DCS is responsible for that as well. He's retracting that now. But what he's saying is the reason that we didn't get our boys back isn't because we're bad parents. It's not because we're neglectful or whatever, that the reason that they took the children. I don't know what that is. I've speculated a ton about that before, but I've also heard from Dawn and Candace out of their own mouths saying that their children did not want to come back to that home, which is troubling, because what child wouldn't want to go back to their loving home?
Prayer vigils are now few and far between.
And I do got a question for Tim Mullen. Like, what was that picture that you posted earlier? What is that? You're such a weirdo, dude. Seriously.
Dawn and Candace Wells haven't stopped praying that their daughter Summer.
That page is for Summer. It's a Summer Wells Facebook page.
Will be found.
We have hope, always. I mean, but there's not much hope in this world. You know, we have to trust God that there's hope in eternal life in heaven.
Summer was reported missing on June the 15th of 2021.
We know that she was taken off her property, and we know she was taken away in a vehicle, or they would have found her in the area if she was somewhere in the area.
Okay, so she didn't just vanish. So Dawn has this whole theory that she was taken away in a vehicle now, somewhere out of the area. Candace says she just disappeared.
But who's responsible for her? We don't know.
I asked Dawn and Candace when was the last time they heard from investigators.
We haven't lately at all. It's been a while, over a year, I think. I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all.
Right. That's great. Not TBI, not Hawkins County. Dawn says he tried to get a hold of the FBI.
I tried to talk to the FBI agent about it, but
yeah,
that didn't go anywhere.
Dawn
didn't.
Says he feels that he and his wife Candace were targeted by the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
I'm really trying to hold back my disdain for this whatever piece of crap thing that they're portraying here. And WJHL, your editor, come on, dude, seriously, you're gonna let them spew that horse crap?
Intimidated us, they belittled us, and and done everything they could amidst all the chaos. And then the CPS was there doing the same thing.
When asked about how he thinks about Summer's disappearance 3 years later, Don spoke about a Department of Children's Services investigation.
They said somebody had called and said that we was giving our kids loaded guns to play with.
I'm trying to.
And so they closed the case June 14th, which is something CPS does not do. They don't just close cases. So it's really odd. And
What do they do? They just keep cases open forever? Is that what they do? They just leave it? Is that what you're trying to say?
mystifying, or they closed the case June 14th, and then 24 hours later, Summer's gone.
Summer's mother, Candace, sat in for part of our interview, but got up after a few questions.
She was going to try, but her emotions are just too much.
It's the same stuff he said about Candace, the Dr. Phil interview, the one where she wrote that note to Ansley with her left. It looked like she was a right-handed person writing with their left hand, but I think that was her dominant hand. Because, and by the way, the whole, haven't talked to law enforcement in a year. It's probably longer than that, because the last time I talked to Don was probably when I asked him, not the last time I talked to him, but I asked him probably about 16, 17 months ago. I think it was 16 or 17 months ago. And I asked him when the last time he would talk to law enforcement. And he said that he hadn't talked to law enforcement in months. And then he chuckled. And then Candace chuckled. And so, it might even be closer to 2 years, but I don't know. Maybe there was some sort of contact in between both of them. I don't know.
Last update in the Summer Wells case from law enforcement was an age-progressed photo released in June of last year. This image was released by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That number is right there on your screen.
Okay, so
An active.
What is this?
The Amber Alert continues out of Hawkins County. It's been really ongoing for about almost 3 years now for some.
It's pretty much exactly 3 years.
Summer Wells on June 15th, to be exact, 2021. The then 5-year-old Wells was reported missing from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. The area was filled with law enforcement and search crews for weeks, but there was no sign of the missing girl. Now, Beach Creek is a lot quieter. There are faded posters with Summer's face and information, with the hopes that someone who might know something will come forward. Shannon Phillips is one neighbor who wants to know where Summer is. He lives just a few miles.
What's that? News article today says they no longer have rights over the boys, and he said they were threatened into signing rights away. What news article is that? I would like to read that news article, please.
Miles from the Wells family. He went out.
It's threatening, Don is this woe is me. Everybody's picking on me, and I'm not saying that he hasn't got his fair amount of crap in his life, but if you knew just half of what this man has done, just half of, it's crazy.
To help search for her when she was first reported missing. He says he doesn't understand how law enforcement isn't any closer to finding her.
We all still talk about it because it's down the road. It is. It's just down the road, and you can't help but wonder, because she is a 5-year-old kid, and there's kids around here everywhere.
Again, there's still an active Amber Alert for Summer. The last update we received from law enforcement was about this time.
Yeah, look, those kids are never going back. And I do want to read that article, but the kids aren't going back. Don and Candace admitted to us, exactly, Amy. They told it right here on this very show over a year ago. over a year ago. I don't know who the freak that guy is.
Last year when they released this age progressed photo. Summer has blonde hair, blue eyes. She was reportedly last seen wearing gray pants, a pink shirt, and was possibly barefoot.
All right. A lot of kids go missing barefoot. That's great. Let me see. So we played the whole thing of that neighbor down the street. Okay, well, that makes sense. I don't understand it, because I do want to show you guys this, because I found this interesting. And see, this is, I don't know who's editing for WJHL. I don't know who's in charge of putting these out or putting them together. But, you know, they have Dawn, I'm guessing, on camera saying this, and for some reason stopped it, I don't know, a sentence short. But they did somehow put it in the article. And I don't know what the point of that was by stopping short there, but I'm going to read it to you. It's been a while, over a year, I think. I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all. I tried to talk to that FBI agent about it. That everybody knows about that FBI agent, but that didn't go anywhere, said Wells. And here he says, quote, "It's probably a good thing not to hear from Hawkins County, in my opinion." Why would you cut that off? He said that for a reason. Why did you let that go? I don't understand. Because is this an okay thing to say? I mean, what the hell is this? Why is it that you don't want to talk to law enforcement? It's a good thing. The people that have been searching for your children. Now, I know there are people in this chat here, and I don't know if they're still here or not, that say that Hawkins County has nothing to do with this anymore. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. But Dawn, what is it that how are you guys, how do you justify that? How do you justify, so Hawkins County's picking on me? No, they're not. They're looking for your daughter. Are you mad? You're mad because what? That the county took your children? I mean, how are you going to justify saying something like this? It's probably a good thing not to hear from Hawkins County, in my opinion. Well, in my opinion, the only reason that you wouldn't want to hear from them is probably because they've called you suspects, and that they've interrogated you and you've played games with them. There was the most extensive search in the history of Tennessee for your daughter, organized by them, volunteers for the sheriff's department. And you think that this is okay. All right. But what's the point? I don't get it. To me, that doesn't really seem like a caring father. That's exactly right. PG, you're exactly right. I wanted to hear the questions that they asked Candace. I wanted to see her get up and walk away. I mean, I'm sorry, but Candace has a duty to her daughter to keep. She's the mother. She gave birth to Summer, and 3 years later, she's getting up at a park bench, walking away because she can't answer questions from Ansley Daniels. 3 years later, you have a duty, ma'am, to your child to speak on camera. And I've told you guys this before, and I believe it to the ends of the earth and back, that if Summer's found and found alive, she's not there. She's not. That's not their kid. They're not getting anybody back. Nobody's going back there. I don't care what anybody says, and you can kiss their ass all day. I'm getting worked up. You can kiss their ass all day, and you know they have no interest. Like, I get that Don does this little puff piece and he does it every year. It's like, they were picking on us and all this stuff and whatever. And you got to sit there and you got to talk about it. Cry your eyes out. I mean, that's what people expect anyway. People expect you to be upset. I'm not saying show us the emotion, but like, answer the questions. You're going to cry, then cry. If you're going to be upset, if you need to walk away for a minute, then do it. Come back. They have more questions. She holds the answers, folks. Or at least more answers. And you would think that law enforcement would be in contact with these parents of a missing child at least once a year. I mean, I don't know if that's too much to ask. Maybe they're really, really busy over there. Or maybe Don and Candace could go plant their ass outside of the sheriff's office and say, have you made any progress on finding my child? Pruitt, Lawson, FBI guy, you guys made any progress over there? Nope. Okay, well, we'll talk to you next week. What can we do to help? No, but instead we get this. It's been over a year. I think I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all. I tried to talk to the FBI agent about it, to that FBI agent, because we all, like I said, we all know who the freak that is. But it didn't go anywhere, said Wells. It's probably a good thing not to hear from Hawkins County, in my opinion. Now, I will tell you that my takeaway from TBI's whatever, I get it. They put out this production piece. They want people to know that they're still working on the case, and I have no reason not to believe it. I do think that these cases are extremely hard to solve, and children, especially missing children, are hard to find. Much more difficult than adults. And I tell you, because they have really no footprint in this world. If you don't own a cell phone, if you don't have a bank, if you don't have friends that you go and visit regularly, if you don't drive a car, if you whatever, there is no digital footprint, no physical footprint, and it's extremely hard to find children that go missing, especially when they don't just wander off. You're telling me, and by the way, that TBI man, whoever he is, he seems awfully nice. Seems like a wonderful guy and probably a very good agent. I'm sure of it. But you're telling me that if she wandered off, that you guys wouldn't have found any trace of her whatsoever? She just walked away. Come on. Let's not be disingenuous. That's what I felt like that was. Okay. And by the way, wandering off and abduction are not the only two things that they're investigating. They're saying we don't have the evidence. But here's the thing. You can't just, I mean, what are you saying? That the largest search in the history of Tennessee for a child, and you can't rule out that she wandered off? You can't just give that one up? You know? She didn't just wander off. I certainly hope not, because if you missed her, the reason you can't find her is because somebody took her somewhere and has her hidden away, whether she's alive or whether she's deceased. Well, kids wander away. So, and Trina, that's a good question. Who's 10? Why is 10 scared? I don't know who that is. I like you too. Thank you. I mean, look, man, if they come back one day and they say, "Hey, look, Summer did wander away. We found her. Sorry, we missed her during our searches, and no, drones or anything." I mean, come on. It's not rocket science. The reason you can't find her is because somebody has done something with her and actively made it so that that you're having trouble finding her. That's what I'm saying. Well, so my theory has always been that, and I've heard from people, and I'll just say that I've seen text messages, authentic text messages of somebody talking to somebody that was on that hill that day, and that Dawn crafted this story. I'm not going to say who the text messages were from or who showed them to me, but I've seen them. And they legitimate, and they have been turned over many times over, not by me, but by others, that Dawn crafted this whole story. It's probably by the lady that's not on the hill. And by the way, I'm really disappointed in that situation as well, but that I'm allowed to be disappointed by it. Of course it was. I mean, who knows? But what I'm saying is I've seen authentic text messages saying of somebody admitting that Dawn was the one that crafted the day. And I mean, I believe it. Don't be disappointed by disappointing people. Well, do I still feel like what today? I pretty much feel the exact same way I did probably 2 weeks into the case. After a few things kind of happened, I've really felt the same way for quite some time. Now, the reason I think that they went with an abduction story, and this is just me thinking out loud, but I think the reason would be because if you can't get in trouble for being a victim. If somebody steals your child out of your home from a basement, then you're a victim. You can't get in trouble for that. Now you can get in trouble for admitting that, hey, she wandered off and got hurt. And they say, well, what were you doing? Were you tending to the other children? Were you drawing a bath for thyself? What were you doing? Well, I don't know. You don't know what you're doing? No. You can get in trouble for that. Meaning, if something was going on that was not above board. Obviously, she wouldn't want to admit that. I'm not saying that's what happened, but there's a term called plausible deniability. And Don is smarter than people think, but yet he's dumber than people think at the same time. Like, he's smart. Criminally, he speaks English pretty good for his first language, but he's been dealing with the system. He's been dealing with probation officers. He's been dealing with officers his whole life. Candace as well. And while that doesn't make them guilty of harming their child, and by the way, I'll say this, and I've said this, and I don't know what happened to Summer. I don't know if they did it. I don't know if somebody else did it. When I say it, I don't know what it is. Making Summer not where she's supposed to be is really what I'm referring to. But I think, and I'm almost 100% convinced, that they didn't tell the whole truth and the whole truth. I'm 100%. I'm like positive. I would put everything on that. I'm telling you. And I'm not some great analyzer of body language. I'm not some what I'm telling you is I don't believe yes, my life, my actual living life, I would bet on that. Probably not Otis's. Actually Otis's too. But I would bet that. I mean, you just the situation, and let's think about this from a logical standpoint. Hold on 1 second. Let me bring something up here. And Candace, let me see where. Let me just show you this really quick. All right, hold on. It said the audio went away. Can you guys hear it or can you not? I mean, you're welcome to believe. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm telling you what I believe. I'm telling you what I think. Okay, no sound. All right. Let me. What about now? There's sound?
Up into the house.
Sounds back. All right, cool.
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay.
Not that.
You walked into the house.
I walked into here. Get up. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in a row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
And then I yelled, I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it'd make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot, I know if he can fit, you can.
This. Oh, my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer
And there's people that defend this. I mean, that is not a place that a child should sleep. It's just not. I mean, you get mad about it. Shut up.
little Waylon was.
Would you let your child sleep in there? The people that are defending Don and Candace for this living situation, would you let your kids sleep down there? Hell no, you wouldn't. And you know it. And you know you wouldn't leave your kids with them. You know you wouldn't leave your little kids with them. Nobody's asking them to babysit. Nobody's sleeping over. Come on.
Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stay down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay. And this is all her toys.
All her toys. All these toys that are down here are.
Oh yeah, look at all those toys. It looks like a friggin' toy store in there. Just toys everywhere.
And they're all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The people closest to Don and Candace need to put pressure on them to tell really what happened, especially Candace. But instead, it's coddling. She's the mother of a missing child. No shit. We know she's the mother of the missing child. And that's why she needs to talk instead of this bullcrap story. This is the story that she's telling.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, she wanted to go back. And then she took the rock.
Oh, a tough another part of your heart. Okay. And that's none of my business.
Right.
I'm not here for any,
not
you know what I mean?
it's
I'm
for
not here to
Summer.
judge anybody. Right.
Right.
I'm here to talk about Summer
Yep.
and help you.
You know, it's funny because hold on one second. God, this stupid thing sucks so bad. Yeah, judge not lest you be judged. I get judged all the time. Sorry. I mean, this is probably a situation where people need to judge.
Now,
Oops.
Telling me.
And by the way, here comes a stranger. McDonough's a stranger. Here comes a stranger. What's going on? Oh, the dogs are barking. Somebody snuck up here in a car. Chris, are you sneaking up there in a car, Chris? Chris, are you sneaking up there, Chris? Chris, are you sneaking up there? Why the dog's barking at you? You're a dog person. You're not some person that's going to come steal somebody. What's going on? What happened? Why are they barking? They shouldn't be barking. No, they don't bark. They're not on vacation. Oh, wait, somebody's here. How do you know? The dogs are barking. Listen to it. Listen to that. This is a month after Summer goes missing. And all I can hear from Chris driving up are those beautiful dogs barking. It totally invalidates your story because you're lying. Because the dogs were there that day. And I tell you, I know the dogs were there that day because I've seen photos. I've seen them. I've seen the photos of the dogs there that day. So I don't want to hear a stranger's coming up there and doing that.
Hey. You know, I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here.
Yeah.
And I got my little camera here, so but I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow! She could have even. There's a million possibilities here.
Yeah, there's
down there, and there's the.
Not only do I not believe the stranger abduction theory, I also do not believe in. I don't even think a stranger got onto that property. I don't think you could walk onto that property, or at least back then, you couldn't walk on it. Did you guys just hear that? And you heard it, right? Right? I'm surprised that it's a very good point. I'm surprised it wasn't.
Road down.
Please hit that like button if you haven't.
There.
Yeah, that's the road. That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's.
And this.
You know, you ask them, hey, why did the dogs not bark? Well, sometimes they go missing. Where? I don't know. But they weren't missing, Dawn. They were there. And you know they were there. I know they were there. The police department knows it. The police know you're lying about that. I don't know what you told the police. Hopefully you lied to them. They could jam you up on that too.
It's right here.
Usually you can see the road because they have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day though, how was it? Was it full up, or was it like this?
That day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
Mutts are smart, and I think that that's what they are, right? I think that they're mutts. Mutts are smart, and they're very protective, of little children. I know from experience. I had a dog named Brownie. I don't know he looked like a snuffleupagus or whatever that was, and they love kids. They love them.
So I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were all the way up here.
Yeah, I see those the path down there. I see the tracks down there.
Yep. So, come to 2 days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
That day and a few days prior to that, they were power lines.
Okay.
We usually have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
So Candace here right away, she has now implicated a tree service, which is where the tree trimmer theory came from, I'm assuming. I mean, it's just nonsensical.
That day, though, how was it? Was it full up, or was it like this?
That day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So
And
I've even
to
come to
see-
a
yeah,
conclusion
thank
maybe one of them people have snatched it
Oh, interesting.
because they were all the way up here. On
Yeah,
my
I see. I
property.
see those. The path down there. I see
Yeah.
the tracks down there.
Yep.
You over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. And you told TBI all this,
I've
right?
told TBI this, yes.
Okay. Okay.
And guess what? TBI didn't care.
And
It's the tree trimmers, y'all.
yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-mm.
Is there a holler down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
The creek runs all the way around the property.
And how deep is a creek? Okay, just so it's like an inch,
Yeah.
inch or two. Okay.
You'd be lucky to get wet enough to do anything.
Okay. All right. So let's pick it up from where, and I'm going to just use this little one. Is that okay? Okay. So from when you got home, now she's leaning.
Yeah, be looking for. Matter of fact, I believe it was yesterday we recorded a podcast talking about Summer Wells on the 3-year anniversary with Dr. Gary and Chris McDonough. It'll be on the witness box, and you'll get to hear us just kind of casually talking about the case. So I believe it's either out. We're trying to have it out by tomorrow, Sunday at the latest. So be looking for that.
Mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay, from exhaustion from that day.
Yes, she was. Where I woke her up early, and she usually sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay, how did the milk bottles get rearranged? Hunter said he had them on the floor, and then he put them next to him.
They weren't.
Is that
no.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap,
Okay,
and he put them on the other side of Summer.
okay. So he reached over.
Yeah, he set them over there by that. What's a black tote she had in there?
Okay, was there? Where's that tote at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of crafts and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes on the road.
Okay, got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside. Is Don home, by the way?
No, he's
Okay,
not.
okay.
Actually, I parked the truck and I opened both doors. It's really hard because this lawnmower is. But I opened the doors up and I shook her. I said, "Wake up, we're at home." She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her and I said, "Come on." I said, "Mom, I'll be right back." Well, went in there.
I mean, we've been over that ad nauseum, but she jumped right up. As opposed to what? Not getting up? As opposed to keep sleeping when you're trying to wake her up? You have to shake her or nothing?
And you got the boys and they were sitting at the table. And I said, "Come on, let's get the groceries out." And we brought them all in the house, went through them all, did all that.
And this is that's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Come show me her swing. Why is this, and who's this?
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boy's cat.
And how many dogs do you have here on the property? About?
Honestly, I don't know because people just keep dropping them off.
Hi. I know. Okay. Sorry. So this.
And I've never asked Chris about this, but I'm pretty sure the way that he was interacting with those dogs was to show a point. I mean, not only does he like dogs, but he's showing a point. Those dogs, they don't like strangers. You got to calm down a little bit. You know what I mean?
This is her. Oh,
because
how many dogs do you have here on the property? About?
Honestly, I don't know because
you can see the children's stuff there. It's just like a time capsule.
People just keep dropping them off.
Hi. I know. Okay. Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's her swing.
This is her playground.
Yep.
And she loved this area. Boy, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that they say the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
Not sure, honestly.
There's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different.
Yeah, I
way.
saw that.
They were the other three children. If you're new to the case, is that they were taken by Department of Child Services, DCS, I believe is what Tennessee calls. I believe that's what Tennessee calls their department, and they were taken. I don't know why they were taken. I just know that they were taken. Dawn and Candace don't say exactly why they were taken. They don't want to tell anybody why, which is, fine. But I mean, just looking at the place, you can tell that it's probably not fit for a child.
Dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do that all the time.
Okay.
That trail right there, my boys, they ride those dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck over there.
Okay.
You can see there's one.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And they
Those
ride
are like 50 cc's, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one ain't. I think it's only like 25. I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they go down that trail with their dirt bikes and then come back up on the road, up on the driveway, and go around and stuff.
What was it about this swing that is just so important for her?
Oh, she liked it.
I believe there's God, who knows how many reasons there are, but they were taken for a reason and they didn't want to go back for a reason.
She just liked this.
Yeah, they did. Dawn said the kids were taken because of the psychics. That's right. Sorry. The psychics. Yeah.
All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about the boys right now because I know that's, a tough another part of your heart. Okay. Yeah. And that's none of my business.
Right.
I'm not here for any, you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody. Right.
Right.
I'm here to
put the damn cat down.
Talk about Summer and help you find Summer. Okay. And help anybody find her. Okay. That messaging. Okay. So you go into the house.
Go in the house.
Can I follow you in, or do you comfortable with that? Huh?
I don't know what about you. It's still the cat food.
And is this they're gonna attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing you. The dog's gonna attack me. So this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out.
Okay. Now, who's this on up here?
That's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's Rose.
That's Rosie.
Oh, wow. Yep. Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go there.
Can't say.
How's your mom deal with that?
It's
from experience, if one of your children die or come up missing, they'll take the other kids. My grandson was killed by the babysitter. My granddaughter stayed with me. Well, I mean, they might for a little while. I mean, they can't just take your children because, they have to have valid reasons. And if they believe that their safety is endangered, then yes, they will absolutely take the children, and they should.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
Right.
All right. Well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right. You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah. Well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries and put them down.
Sarah, I'm guessing, and I'm assuming that you're new to the case, and that this is maybe your first time seeing this. Yeah, they didn't take Brandy's children. That's true.
Down.
I was going to say that. I hate intermingling the two sometimes.
And then mom, she took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Around the house like we normally do. And I come out, mom was sitting there at the time I come out and I'm standing here. I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I gotta get them transplanted. I was like, well, Summer will help us. So I went back in. By that time she was sitting on the floor playing with her toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up, left her toys a mess, of course.
All right, so we got a troll here. Well, I don't know if it's a troll. It's somebody that disagrees with me. Why do everyone play this video all for money? What WTF, disgusting. Why do everyone play this video all for money? WTF, disgusting. Well, I mean, we can earn money from ads and, donations if people want. One thing that you will not find here on the lab, and thank you for chiming in, I appreciate, is that I took my PayPal down a long time ago. I don't ask anybody to donate anything. You can say whatever you want, but I don't shut the stream down if people don't donate or anything ever. I don't ask for it. It is so, you can leave. Why do everyone come into everyone else's chats and say how they feel when no one gives a shit?
That's cool.
Yeah,
Then we
well,
walked
that's
over
what kids do. It's their job.
What?
Okay.
We walked over here and we transplanted these cactuses from the little pot.
Like, people don't even bother me anymore, ever, about that kind of stuff. They never, it never bothers me anymore.
That they were in. We transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted Chase in there,
Okay.
That was cool.
Where are those puppies now?
Sarah, so, and I believe I'm saying your name right, Sarah, I believe. Yes. So Candace's daughter's missing. Candace's sister is missing. Both cases not solved.
Oh, the little puppies. Oh, yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on case.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I see another one over here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
Well, it's funny because people get mad at me too for not doing that or not promoting this or not doing that. But like I said, my main thing is, like, I'm kind of at the point in my life, and YouTube and social media in general has helped me, but I've learned it from a younger age as well. But I don't live my life for other people other than my children. And I talk about what I want to talk about, how I want to talk about it. I'll tell you how I feel about it. And if you don't like that, then I'm probably not going to be your cup of tea. I try to be as diplomatic as possible when I can, but I'm only human. And then when I feel like people are insulting me or insulting, not just me, but my thought process in general, or what a normal person would feel, well, then, like I said, probably not for you. By the way, I haven't even streamed on this channel in 2 weeks. But maybe I'll stream again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. to make people happy.
We went in my mom's way. We can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Went in there.
We went in there and got some candy and stuff. She gets from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to
Oh, how about we just go over every Summer Wells video ever made?
go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back, you know.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got him.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, quiet. And he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay.
Not that.
You walked into the house.
I walked into here. Get up. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this. So this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
I haven't been on in a long time. I really haven't.
And then I yelled at
I've done some after darks and stuff, but I've been working on the podcast.
said, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I always get down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should
Can we come in from the other
I don't
side?
know, and,
We can, but it make more sense.
and I don't really like, and I appreciate you saying this, Sheila. And I don't necessarily. Sometimes I do wonder. You know, there's a lot of people that came into the Summer Wells case late, and there's still people that are being drawn to it and wondering about it, and which is perfectly fine. Sometimes I do think that there are some disingenuous people when it comes to these kinds of cases, which is, and people think that of me too, and that's fine. I don't mind. You know, at the end of it all, I know how I feel, and I know what I'm comfortable with, and I know that I've been following this case since the day that it happened, the very first day. And the very first video I did on YouTube about Summer Wells was I just read the articles and put her face out there. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, comes this interview with Dawn and Candace. And I listened to it and I went, oh my God. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I swear it was nuts.
You went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh man, good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6 foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he could fit, you can.
This.
Yeah, shout out Dr. Gary. He was the best part of that press
Oh my
conference.
gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay,
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
that's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrol, all
All her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves anymore.
Okay.
Good call.
And this is all
And
her
Them
toys.
are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are dang are all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that I've bought. And then these are them
Tony, this is a good
girls that she
question.
likes.
And this is a question that I ponder as well. And so we don't know what they've told law enforcement. I'm assuming that what they've told them isn't the truth, but I don't know what it is that they've told law enforcement. I have no clue. And so if they've lied to law enforcement, then yes, but law enforcement would have to prove that. They can lie to us. They can tell the public whatever they want. They don't have to be honest about it. That's not a crime to lie to us. I don't know if you listen to the witness, if you listen to the witness box, but please do, because Chris talks a little bit about that. And you'll hear a little bit more insight into that.
New fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds. Here's one of them bracelets.
What?
Oh, that's just one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is a little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I just every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her.
Yeah, my personal grievance is against Don, like personally, because I don't like him as a person. Is really immaterial. You know, he could be the worst person in the world. If he didn't do this, then he didn't do it. I mean, it was nothing. You know, I'm trying to fit a square peg in a round hole here. Guy sucks. I don't like him. He doesn't like me. We're good. I mean, I think we have an understanding.
I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get under there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I look on one side and see nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard to know. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer. Because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, you know. And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay. So this is like her.
Yeah, she
come running out. Yep. Oh, yeah. You can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right. You can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
This is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it.
Okay.
And we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm never as long as this case is unsolved, I'll never stop talking about it. I mean, it won't be to, you know, I mean, it's not to the degree that it had been. But every now and then the minds need to be refreshed. You know, it's a case that's, I believe it's near and dear. I've met a lot of good people from covering this case. I've met a lot of nice subscribers because of this case. I've met a lot of people just in general because of this case and because of Summer. And whether, you know, people can take it however, but I owe Summer Wells a lot. And I personally feel indebted to the situation and to Summer to keep talking about this. And you know, it's not a money grab. It's not whatever people want to say that it is. I'm like I said, I'm comfortable knowing that it's not. I'm comfortable knowing that it's just not something that I talk about every day, but I covered it heavy in the past and I might cover it heavy in the future.
I got lost this.
Why not? It deserves it.
Okay, I'll be out.
And when I say it, the case, the child, Summer Wells, deserves it. She certainly does, because it doesn't seem like anybody's really, you know, I mean, it's just everybody's kind of shrugging their shoulders.
I'm going to film around this side. Now, walk me through what's this little
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because the dog, at the time, we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies. And we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now.
Okay.
And it's always been open like that.
Yeah, I want to go back to the door.
So I just, every time I go to the outside.
Now I'm not a conspiracy guy. I won't talk about something if I think that there's just, it's a kind of a whimsy. I have personally spoken with a guest of Hotel Wells, who's no longer with us, by the name of Jose Roman. Jose lived there while Don was away from his family. I don't know what he was doing in Utah. He says working. Okay, that he's probably working. And he made a really, really big deal. A really big deal about a blue couch being in front of that back door. And the couch is gone. And I just don't know why. I don't know. I still think that dude was full of crap. Well, I'll tell you what, let me tell you this. You have every right to feel that way, and you can be skeptical of everybody and anybody in this case, but a lot of what he said had been verified. And then people on the internet started calling him an SO. And so he reached out to Chris McDonough and said, I need your help. There are people out there lying and saying that I'm on a registry and all this stuff. And I spoke with Jose about it too. And he said, I'd love to come on the show and talk to you about it. And we talked about it. And, that when we talked about it, there was nothing. I mean, he wasn't that. Okay. It was really strange. Now, the blue couch has been confirmed by more than one person. The way that if you just listen to that interview, the way that he speaks about the children, he just rattles their names off. He knew everything about the inside of the house and what it looked like before he had even seen anything. But I thought that he was reasonably believable. I didn't think that he said anything outlandish. That's the hope. I believe. Yeah, I did too.
I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
Whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I look.
I don't know.
Look on one side there and see I don't work. And
All I know is that Dawn and Candace both have told lies about the couch. For some reason, they don't want to talk about the couch that was in front of the door that was supposed to be blocking kids from going inside or going in and out. But then Dawn says that they did go in and out. Everything contradicts itself. The fact of the matter is Dawn said that he threw the couch away at the dump and then recanted that and said he threw it down the hill. Somebody said, then I got a picture from some whack job that said, look, there's a couch. You couldn't even tell if it was a couch. You couldn't tell the color of it. It was so stupid. But the couch is gone.
I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know, it's hard on me. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer, because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for,
Absolutely. And once again, when Chris did ask about Jose at the pond, Candace said, oh, you mean that Mexican guy? The dude lived there for like 6 months or something like that. It was a long time.
And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay. So this is like her.
Yeah, she
come running out. Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
And this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it.
Okay.
And we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh wow.
I gotta lock this.
Okay, I'm gonna film around this side. Now walk me through what's this little
oh, that right there?
Little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because
Candace's lie about the couch was that couch was thrown away years ago. Then Dawn said that it went missing, not missing, excuse me, that it was thrown away right before Summer's disappearance. So I don't know.
At the time, we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies. And we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now.
Okay.
And it's always been open like that.
And on Sunday, we're going to do a call-in show. And we haven't done one of those in a while. I just got to get set up for it. I mean, I am set up for it. I got to get, Peyton's got to work the boards. So.
Well, you can see after you've been here, you can see how mellow the dogs are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
That's what they do.
They're lazy. They're kind of a Jack Russell. They got a little Jack Russell in it.
Russell, yeah. Actually, the gentleman that lives over there in the other trailer across the creek actually has the mama
too. And this is a month after Summer goes missing. It just really does seem odd to me, that she's so matter of fact and like she's giving a tour on MTV Cribs or whatever it is that she's doing. I don't think, I just don't think that it's indicative. I mean, maybe she's answering these questions, but 3 years later, she doesn't want to answer them.
That dog there.
Mm-hmm.
Those poor dogs. They're so cute. I'm telling, if I was a billionaire, I've told people this before. I tell Linda this all the time. If I was a billionaire, I would have an animal sanctuary, but it'd mostly be for like dogs, like stray dogs. That would be a dream. Maybe a couple elephants. I don't know.
here?
Oh, that one there?
Yeah.
That's where Donnie keeps all his tools.
Got it. Hey, can I go look?
No.
No?
You can go look, but that's a mess.
I'll check
No.
it out though.
Okay. No, it's okay. That's fine.
Nothing in there.
Yeah, no worries. I don't want to get in.
I don't want you to get hurt.
Well, and you know what? I don't want other people to.
I don't let my kids in there either.
Yeah, no
It's just
problem.
not a place for.
I totally respect that. That's not an issue. But I think this is interesting because this is, you can really clearly see where she runs on this path down here.
It's not the prettiest house.
And Dr. Gary Mercado makes a really good point talking about this when the whole planting flowers situation. And you can even hear when Allie talks about it in her interview. When Allie talked about the planting flowers, you know, she made that really, she kind of did the influx in her voice, and she goes, "We were planting flowers," like that, like it was full of crap. Shout out to Allie. Rest in peace.
Huh?
I said it's not
And Miss Leslie.
the most beautiful house in the world.
You know what? It's a house.
It's a
You know what? You know, God forbid, you know.
It's actually it's a really, really, really spot on impression, whether you want to believe it or not.
Anybody
It's one of my best. It's not what it's up there.
judge you for having a bad house, you know, I mean, it is what it is. At least you're putting food on the table.
Oh, have
and
you seen the food?
Trying to do your best. I saw.
And then Allie says that she bought the food.
And then this is over here.
Oh, let's do that with
That's where you do your fire for the kids.
We have a fire that heats the.
See, like if I went up there for this interview and I was like walking around, you know, in Mountain Cat here says that Chris is struggling to say anything not negative about the house. I would be like, you know, should kids really have been here? Because this is allegedly after that they had sort of straightened up.
Is that an old generator?
Yeah.
Does it work? No, did it at some point?
It worked like over 14, 15 years ago, way before I was here.
Old school bus, you can turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode in that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
Me and my mom
Apparently Chris has a thing for school buses.
and Summer and the two boys, not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon rode up to north to get that from my mom.
I mean, I'm sure we've done that before. Chris and I have done many shows together here on this very channel about the Summer Wells case.
Friend's house, and I drove a truck, and she drove the school bus back.
That's awesome. This is rough terrain. Let's go look at the. Tell me about this area over here.
This is just pretty much scrap metal, really.
And do you trade the scrap metal in for cash?
No.
Sometimes, no.
No, it just sits there.
And this is Mom's trailer right
Yeah,
here.
this is my mom's camper.
Okay. Okay. And these are the flowers
Yeah.
with her little buddies. I'm gonna get a good picture of that.
Like Dr. Gary said, that when they're like, we're planting flowers, we're doing this, we're doing that. I mean, that was to me, that was nothing more. And Dr. Gary confirmed that they were just sweetening the story. Like they're painting this picture of this beautiful, serene garden where mom and grandma and daughter and granddaughter plant flowers. It's just a normal whatever afternoon. We're just planting flowers, hanging out, chilling.
Her Paw Patrol. This is so sweet. These are Summer's little toys there. There's one there. Then there's this guy right here. Then this is Casey on the case.
It's Chase.
Okay. I love it.
Got Chase on the case and you got Rubble on the double.
And you have, obviously, somebody made you a cool shirt. I want to show everybody that shirt again. That Mom on Patrol for Summer. Wow. And this is that road.
What is that thing that's sideways right there? What is that? Not that it's important, but
Wow.
that blue thing. It's the gate of a Ford.
And this is that road down behind the property.
Yeah, somebody gave it to him.
Back there you can see. So, Miss Candace, is
I heard can't didn't want to do this tour probably because she was too tired from watching all those 30 clips. No, that's not why she didn't want to do it. I don't know why she didn't want to do it, but she didn't want to do it. And everybody praised her and said, well, look, she opened up her home. She got put in a corner by the lady at the church, Robin, who made sure that she did it. And that if you were to turn down, because Chris is actually sent out there by the Cold Case Foundation to see if, I believe he met with the sheriff and TBI to talk about if they were needing any assistance. And I believe at the time the answer was no, or that they didn't take him up on it. And I believe that offer to this day still stands. I'm just saying there's a lot of really smart people that would love to try to help if needed.
while I'm out here, is there anything that you feel is important that you'd want to tell the world that I haven't asked you, that you want to let them know?
Not really, just hope that everybody that's looking for her, that we can find her and bring her home safely.
Okay.
She was very precious to me.
Okay. And the authorities are working hard on this.
Yes, from what I understand, yes.
Okay. And, you know, we're going to let them do their job.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's right.
And you're cooperating, obviously.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
That's actually changed. It's about 2 years ago now that they have said that the parents that are not cooperating in this case.
Okay. And now there is a rumor about these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
All right.
Yeah, there's no rumor, or there was like, so everybody said, why they pass the polygraph? Why they pass the polygraph?
First one that I took, and I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, you know, just
threw her in the back of the squad car. Why do they do that? To take you to do a lie detector.
I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
That I don't doubt.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
Okay. So
we waited a few days, and then I went back and I did it, and I passed it.
Okay.
So that was that.
Okay.
I had to do it. So when I got up there, I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, I was crying. In the back of the squad, I took
these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
All right. The first one that I took, and I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, you know, just I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
Okay. So
we waited a few days, and then I went back and I did it, and I passed it.
Okay.
So that was that.
Okay. And then what about the rumors of this relationship situation with Hunter?
Are you crazy? I got a husband and 4 kids
Okay.
that I love to death.
Okay. Okay.
To me, Hunter was another one of my kids.
Okay.
That's how I felt about any kid.
Okay. Now, when I was on the phone with you yesterday briefly,
Yes.
you said he got the story out of order.
Yeah.
Okay, but it sounded like he was kind of.
Common Sense 101 says her relationship with Hunter was totally inappropriate. Well, let me tell you why it's inappropriate. And it would be inappropriate for anybody to be alone with a child that's not yours for an indefinite amount of time, whether your 5-year-old daughter is there or not. And that goes for men as well. I don't know what went on, if anything went on. I know that Hunter has claimed that she bought him Twisted Teas and vapes. That is absolutely inappropriate. Buying a child alcohol is absolutely inappropriate. And if I were to do that, I'm sure if it was known and somebody said that I did that, then you'd probably get in trouble. Well, then you'd have to be a licensed, bonded babysitter, I would think. I mean, do you think that, I mean, would it really be appropriate for me to babysit my neighbor's, I don't know, 10-year-old alone? I don't think it would. I just don't. I don't think that you should put people in that position. I don't think that people should be in that position. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying that they were doing anything or not doing anything. What I'm saying is it's inappropriate. Very inappropriate. And I wouldn't do it. I would not do it.
Telling the truth there.
He was kind of telling the truth, but the way he was telling where we went and how we did it was all twisted up.
What's different that you want to clear up?
Well, because
I've seen things where Candace has said about Hunter. I mean, she's made. I remember one time I saw, it was a Facebook post a long time ago. It was authentic and everything, and Candace had said, or Hunter had said that he has a girlfriend. And Candace commented on it, something about it being his right hand or his palm. Is your palm your new girlfriend or something along those lines? Basically insinuating that that he's, you know, his new girlfriend is his hand because he masturbates, and that is inappropriate.
When we left from,
it should not have ever been said. So, and if like Don, if he had commented that, it would be World War III.
The emergency room, we went straight to the smoke shop, and that's when I got the cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house, and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there.
A 40-year-old woman saying that to a 15-year-old boy. And it's not even just that, Dolores. It's not even just that. It's also the fact that she's married with and a mother of 7. I mean, let's be honest about that too.
And then we went and put my mom's prescription in, and then we went to Warriors, and then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, then to Prices, then to his house.
Okay.
And that's exactly
the order. Okay. So he had it different from what you remember.
Right.
Okay. So
Well,
right.
It's not what I remember. It's how it was.
Okay, because you're driving.
That's the truth.
Yeah, you're driving.
I was driving. I knew where I was going.
Okay. And what about, he said,
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. How you defend that? You cannot defend that. Oh my God! Of course.
Said that he asked you for the tea and that you gave him a tea.
He didn't
That-
ask me for nothing.
Okay, I'm just.
He asked me for a Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I got him a Mountain Dew.
Okay, where did the orange crush come from on the seat with Summer?
That was my mom's. She was drinking that and then didn't want no more of it.
And what about the candy on the seat?
Oh, that candy's been in
Okay, okay. And what about the pillow?
the pillow. What pillow?
Oh, she's sitting on a pillow.
She said, oh, Mom gets mad because if the kids get in their wet bathing suit and stuff, so I just put the pillow underneath her so Mom wasn't complaining.
Got it. Okay, okay. Good. So there is a time frame here between this trailer and that house within, you said 2 to 10 minutes, maybe
No, 2 to 5.
2 to 5.
2 to 5 minutes. Somebody snuck up on the other side of that house, and either in a car or on foot with no dogs reacting to strangers.
5. And then she goes in and now she's gone.
Wow.
What do you think happened? Where would a suspect have been, in your opinion, in this?
My opinion?
Yeah, in this area.
They could have been sitting anywhere. They could have been sitting over here, just off the little edge right here, or where the bus is, that little bushy area right there. They could have been sitting
Right out
there.
here.
Yeah. And
Okay, come show me.
What's up?
That's all right.
And I just recently found out that there was I guess he's a child molester
Okay.
that lived
That lives.
literally 8 minutes from my house. And he can literally walk from his house into my house within 8 minutes.
Okay.
And that bushy area right there, you can't really tell if anybody's crouched down there or anything.
What do the authorities think?
I don't know what they think. I really don't.
Okay. Yeah. I love this swing. This is Summer.
Where are we at? So this is 2.5 years ago. It's funny too. There were people tried to diminish. I was accused of plagiarizing this letter, which would be really hard to do because it's awfully specific. And I don't know how many of you guys have heard this, but I wrote it a long time ago. And yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I like to really talk about much. I don't bring it up much, but this is an important date. And I'm going to play it.
But what were the final moments like? You may not be dead, but no matter what, life as you know it has changed. You have parents, brothers, friends. What do you have now? Strangers? A fate worse than that? Abusive strangers? Are you even still with us? Where are you, Summer? If you're alive, are you safe? If you're alive, are you in danger? If you were dead, how and who did it? You aren't with your family, the family you knew. Sure, living conditions may not be ideal, but you knew it was home. You knew your mom and dad. And we don't get to choose who our parents are. The universe just manifested a lottery of life. There's a lot of people looking for you. There's a lot of people talking about you. Some true, some not. It's hard to tell. But you didn't deserve this. No child deserves this. Whatever this is, you don't deserve it. Sometimes the people we count on to protect us do the most harm. Sometimes it's physically, sometimes it's mentally, sometimes it's both. And sometimes there are strangers that we come into contact with that want to do us harm. Oftentimes our guardians and protectors expose us to situations and people that want to do us harm. And our protectors are flawed humans. But at 5, it's hard for you to tell. Sometimes they put their needs and interests above their children's. They don't always mean to, they just can't help themselves. It's how they were raised, and it might not have been in them to change that. Sometimes I think about the short existence that some people face in this world, wondering, that was life as they knew it. 5 years old and you vanish off the face of the earth. You didn't do that on your own. You had help getting to wherever you are. Wherever that is, I hope it's safe, though I fear it's not. I don't know who did what to you, or where they put you, or how they left you, but somebody did it. And it will be fall soon, and the leaves will start to turn colors, will start to get a little colder out. Pretty soon you'll be able to smell the chimney smoke from the distant houses. And most of us will go on with our lives running the rat race in hopes that one day we'll get a notification or a text saying they found you. I hope that day comes. We want closure. We want to know what happened. And we want to see justice served. If you are alive, crimes in your name have been committed and people should pay. It's a tough world out there, but I'm afraid you may already, at the tender age of 5, learn that life lesson far before you were supposed to. I don't even know you personally, but I know a lot of kids just like you. Innocent, doe-eyed kids who like to get dirty and run around and be loud. That's all any of us ever wanted to do as kids. Annoy our parents, cuddle with them when we are scared in hopes that they will tell us everything would be okay. There's a lot of people here that wish they could tell you everything is going to be okay. My grandpa used to say, we got to do better. Even when we're doing good, he says, we still got to get better. I think what he meant is we got to do better for our kids, for our family, for ourselves. Because if we can't be better for us, how are we going to be better for you kids? Our hope is your disappearance was not in vain, that maybe some light can be found in this. It takes something major to break the cycle of abuse in families. Hopefully this is what breaks the cycle, so the next couple of generations can live a good, healthy life. It's not fair that you had to be the catalyst for this. Nevertheless, you are a hero, whether you know it or not. Kids go missing all the time. Some make it back home, some never do. Who decides? I will never know. Just know you didn't deserve this, whatever this is. And I hope that justice will be served. Whoever did this.
Guys, have a good night.
This is Bridge Over Troubled Water. Thank you guys again.